What's up, tribe? Thank you for being here and welcome to my channel. Today's post is titled Magic, and as it's a dialogue between Matias and his higher self, I'll be referring to Matias as me and to his higher self as I am. Me. I am you, and you are me. It is time to make a decision. Will you have the courage to position yourself in the center? Or will you continue with the fear of swinging between light and shadow? The only possible place for you is the center. There is no other option. Those of us who live in the shadows, the darkness, are your brothers, and we are at your service because you recognize us as such. Those of us who live in the light are your brothers because you recognize us and open the doors of the world to us. In you, we find unity. In you, there is no struggle between us. We are at your service because you are me and I am you. It is time for those who listen to you carefully to distinguish if fear or love moves them. If they are limited and dual, or infinite and united. The shadow is the only one capable of unmasking the false light, the false love, the hypocrisy of the enlightened. Darkness is the only one that confronts you with the truth that lies within you. Because there come your truths, your fears, your anguishes, your rages, your inner war. There we discover if you have enemies, and we will gladly give them to you. Well, it's your wish. There hide your deepest and twisted desires. Those of the shadows see what you do when you are alone in the dark with your macabre inner world. If you deny what is inside of you, you will leave us no choice but to tear it out in our own ways and make it clear to you. We are your enemies only if you deny your truth. You created us, and therefore we create you. Denying ourselves will not drive us away. It will make us eternal. So it is time for you to decide. For this path is a path to the center of all things. And if you are not yet willing to unite them in your heart, maybe it's time for you to go your own way and let us work in peace. Matias, you leave your person now. Whoever refers to you as the one they follow, lost will be found. It is time to be just. Yo soy. and others will have to recognize it as such. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in the ability to do it. We don't believe in you. We know who you are. How do we know who they all really are? Nobody can hide anything in the shadows. And that is why we are your best guides in finding the reality you seek. It was our idea to make you disappear from the networks this month, because only then would those who follow the I am and not the person who communicates it remain on the path. You must be everyone. You can no longer be an individual. There are no longer blacks and whites. There are no warriors of shadow or warriors of light. Here, you are the gray, the core between white and black. And to become that gray man, like many and many more have to come, you must stop swinging in doubt. You must immerse yourself, face yourself in the mirror of truth, where you stop being who you believe to be. There, you will be able to everything. There, you will be the magician who awakens the magic in each heartbeat. I am. Did you get it? Me. I'm working on it. Many beings spoke to me at the same time today in the pyramid. I feel like everything is getting very intense. I am feeling them walking around me as brothers, beings of light, guides, demons, all advising me, walking next to me. Their voices are friendly, all manifest security, help. There is none that is against me. I look at them and I honor them. Sometimes the things they tell me make me nervous because they seem too big, as if they expect many things from me that I still don't see myself capable of. I am. The capacity is, the flower does not ask whether it will be able to bloom. The flower simply blooms. Well, its potential is within. Everyone's message is clear. Many people follow you. Everyone's message is clear. Many people follow you. But many do it because you are Matias, not because you are I am. That is why they had to take your person out of focus. Me, make my Instagram disappear. The serpent, Turkey, ate it, and with it, the earthquake that started an engine in the world, announcing that the earth is aligned. In other words, my personality was swallowed up by an inevitable collective and planetary process. I am. To restart in I am, you must stop saying I am. Many of the thousands who followed your steps followed you and their personal expectations. Many continue to fight for the light against the shadows. They continue to believe that winning over darkness is overcoming it by eliminating duality, as if the light were exempt from it. It is time for those who fear the dark to step aside until such time as their fear does not interfere. For magic will be possible only from freedom of condition and direction. Magic only arises from the power that unites all forces. Me, one of the beings told me, you must become the magician. What he wanted to say? I am Magush. In the Persian tradition, he who is capable, from Indo-European mag, meaning ability. The magicians were the people capable of using matter, density, elements, shadows, having full awareness of light, of the divinity in all things, of the essence that unites everything as one. The Magus was an alchemist who thought through chemistry towards the unthinkable, was the one who turned the invisible into the visible, the one who understood the laws of the universe. Magic is for us to do a trick that amazes others. True magic is to awaken the awareness that we are all capable of doing whatever. The power of creation lies in each individual. The capacity for manifestation, expression, transcendence, the divinity that sleeps in you can awaken in your life. But to be a creator, there is no need to be afraid. It is essential that a magician transcends the fear of burning fire to know that it illuminates. It is essential to understand that the water that drowns is actually the rain that gives life, that the wind that destroys trees and houses is the same air that you breathe. Understand that the land that hurts and makes you suffer with its weight is the same that provides food and a home. A magician sees the potential of shadow and light alike, understanding that there is no good or bad, that there are no demons or angels, that the war that many fight is absurd and cyclical, since they will never win the battle from duality. The magician finds the truth in the essence of things. You are able? Me. I feel capable. I know that I can do anything. My pedagogical soul is the one that sometimes fearfully tries to use personality so as not to scare or confuse the students who listen. It is true that I fear changing so much sometimes that they do not recognize me, or that they think that something went to my head, an idea that distances me from others. I am. Nothing that goes to the center takes you away from others, but puts you in equidistant from everyone. The more you are in the center, the magic will emerge with power. That is, your abilities. And in reflection, you will invite others to ignite this ability. Those who heed to the center will find its magic. The heart of the system is unconditionality. When there is fear and prejudice, the condition coexists. When you see a dark demon reaching out to you from the shadows, And instead of shining and giving it, you deny it because you consider it an enemy. You do nothing but nurture the duality that will transport you to the incessant void. Not reaching out to a drowning murderer naturally makes you a murderer, and the cycle continues. In the heart, there is no condition, only love, pulse, because justice comes in the acts we perform, not in the ideas we impose. Kopaz comes from the Latin copax, from the verb capire, which means grab, take, pick up. Thus, being able is the one who has the ability and predisposition to take everyone's hand, to grab everything that is out there, to collect all the fruits, all the tools, without judgment of them. The magic, then, lies precisely in the ability to collect what the world gives you to create something new. You are able? It lies precisely in the ability to collect what the world gives you to create something new. You are able? It lies precisely in the ability to collect what the world gives you to create something new. You are able? Me, yes, I will, I am. Magic runs through my veins. I always thought that magic was what made me channel or cause the rains and situations that many have seen as magical in my encounters, roads in my daily life. But I understand that magic was never rooted in a supernatural force, that Merlin did not prepare me to use the magic wand or a spell book with crystals and medallions, capes and staff. Now I understand that magic lives in each one of us, and that magicians only come to remind us. His words resonate with me. Remember, remember, remember. We are all capable. Magic does not exist. Living is magic. I am. And when you close your eyes and see everything you can do, you will ask yourself, how do I achieve it? Well, as we said yesterday, for a seed to germinate, it needs the same soil that oppresses it, light and darkness, the subtle and the gross, are what make a tree bloom, bear fruit, and expand new seeds. Me. The magical arts involved using the tools of shadow to create light. We are at your service if you see us as your brothers, said the Dark One. Dare to look me in the eye. Honor me by showing me your conflicts, and I will give you the solution. But if you see me as your enemy, I will not hesitate to occupy that place you have given me. His sentences are coherent. They do not hide anything. The shadows contain the tools. What the magicians called chemistry, subconscious, ceremony, ritual, spell, and the result was clarity, healing, vision, light, resolution. I am. Magic is only possible beyond judgments, and therefore it awakens in the heart, which pulses and unifies everything from and in the center. Me. All humans marvel at magic. They all adore the stories of wizards, witches, beings capable of doing incredible things. But at the same time, everyone fears them. I am. The culture has made you fear them because it is easier to control a few magicians than thousands waking up all over the world. Millions of magicians, capable individuals, would create a new humanity. Me. But to awaken the magic, I am. You must love unconditionally from your I am. Me. That is why they invite us to face our own shadows in the mirrors of darkness, embrace our own demons. If demons are matter creating entities, having fullness and clarity from them will allow me to create realities. I am. So you discover from where the power that has been taken from you comes from. By moving them away from the shadows, from matter, making them fear the interior of the world, calling it hell, they have made sure that you never look inside where your own demons reside, and thus never discover your own power. Me. Who did this? I am. Ancient social and religious policies, faced with the need to impose an empire, appeased and eradicated the inner power of the individual in order to eliminate their ability to create, calling them sorcerers and witches, heretics, those who did. Me, but from the vision of unity, what was the purpose? I am. If we go to the essence, it was simply the social fear of chaos that gave power to a few out of fear of bewilderment. It was not oppression. It was delegation of power. How to hire a guard while you sleep. The guard, in his desire not to lose the job you have given him, will do everything possible to keep you sleeping. But it was you at first that you needed someone to take care of you in that state of weakness. All humanity became weak and hesitant, giving power to religions and governments. Thus, his strategy was to eradicate the power within. And since the creative forces of existence have strange forms, animistic, vegetal, psychedelic, all forms of the subconscious that unite us to the history of the earth. What they did was disconnect everyone from that earth, calling it hell. Me. So that is why, historically, we are afraid to close our eyes, to speak of darkness, of demons, for a cultural mandate. I am. You must transcend culture to find the essence. The magic that lives in you is the ability to create. But if you fight against the natural forces of creation as if they were your enemies, you will never be able to create anything. So don't be a hypocrite and stop thinking that you've come to Earth to be a warrior of the light. It is your time to take control of the truth. We are all one. Take responsibility. Stop talking about black and white. Me, I am a grey man. This reminds me of the Gandalf the Grey. In the mythology of the Lord of the Rings, magicians have different ranks according to their colors. The White Wizard, Saruman, appears to be from an already enlightened order of wizards, but is nevertheless the one who sells his soul to the Dark Lord. I am simple because opposites attract. Whoever gets very close to the light realizes that the sun burns and destroys. Me, the word grey is related to the short and stubborn aliens who say they are bad for humanity. I am. Do you think that all black people are thieves and rapists? Me, of course not. I am. So why attribute evil to a color? It is called spiritual racism. Greys are called greys because people see them with that skin color. A grey man or woman has nothing to do with short aliens. It has more to do with Gandalf, a wizard who lives between two worlds, between the world of dwarfs and the hobbits, knowing the power of shadows and collaborating side by side with the creatures of all the Midlands with a purpose of wholeness and awareness, of freedom and love, balance. Me. To be a grey magician, then, is to be able to manifest in balance. I am. Welcome to the shadows. Welcome to the light. Both pulse and impulse of the beat of your heart. The only place from where you can awaken the true magic. Me. I wish to become a grey wizard, for I am another question about magic. There are people who have told me that I am part of the Cabal. What does it mean? I am. You may know him if I name him this way. Kabbalah. Me. Ah, Kabbalah, the mystical and esoteric study of the Hebrew Torah. I am. When Moses received the messages from God on Mount Sinai, he transmitted his truth orally. It was said that the truth could only be spoken, for God creates through the word. Thus, Kabbalah, which means to receive in Hebrew, would be the way to transmit wisdom, and the Torah, written knowledge. Mystical scholars used to understand that all life is a word of the divine, and they could see in plants, animals, stones, all the truth of God. This was against the Hebraic and Christian traditions, so the Kabbalists had to hide, becoming a secret society, persecuted for centuries. The Hebrew traditions were seen as political plots in which anti-Christian mystics worshipped the devil in the form of animals and plants, trying to bring down governments to control the world. So, me. It amazes me that people, instead of investigating history, are launching themselves to criticize others with words that are not insults, but basically to say cabal as an insult is almost openly called anti-Semitic. I am. You have to immerse yourself in your own shadow to see the story, and many are very comfortable creating enemies so as not to take responsibility for their own hardships. Me, well, now I know that when they tell me that I am part of the cabal, I will be able to say, yes, of course, because it is no longer necessary to hide the love for creation and the philosophy of the manifestation of the I am. I am the magician. I am the magic. I am the ability to be who I am, and my word is creation. I am abracadabra. I am a creator as long as I speak.